Hi, you guys. It's DJ from He plus She, and I'm here tonight sharing some functionality that I didn't know my SE-400 has, and that's sewing on buttons. So I want to thank Anita from Anita by Design for sharing her tutorial on how she sews buttons using her machine. It inspired me to check my machine to see if it had that same functionality, and it does. A stitch 61 on the Brother SE-400 is a stitch that you use to sew on buttons, and to my surprise, the foot that you use with that stitch was included with my machine. So if you have a Brother SE-400, it's this little foot, the M foot, that you use to sew on buttons. So I'm going to set my machine up for this, and I'm going to give it a try. Hopefully I don't break a needle or tear up my machine. If it works, it's going to be so worth it. I'm back, you guys, with the first button I've ever sewn on using my machine. Now, it's a little raggedy. I've got to figure out how to get these stray threads out of the way. But the fact that my machine can sew on buttons is pretty awesome. So I'm going to show you guys what I did. I thought it would have been a little more intimidating, but it's not. And I think if you have a Brother SE-400, you should actually give this a try. All right, so first things first, you need a needle that is appropriate for your fabric and thread. Go ahead and thread your needle. And then we're going to add the presser. Remember, you're going to use presser foot M. And this little tail end is going to be away from the needle. So go ahead and slide it under. And lower the presser foot. Lift it up. So next, we're going to let the feed dog down. So let me show you guys what it looks like. Right now, when your feed dog is up, which is normally how we sew, the feed dog is raised a little bit above the plate. See that? Cool, huh? So we're going to lower it down under the plate to sew on the buttons. So how do we do that? On the very back of the machine, there's a lever. A little lever here. Mine's really dirty. I need to clean that. But you'll notice that when the feed dog is up, it's over to the left, right, or the right. For me, right here, this is the left. And the line is through the triangles. And when it's down, it's going to be over on the right. And the line is above the triangles. I'm trying to get a good view of this. It's really hard. There we go. There we go. So you see the line above the triangles and then the line through the triangles on this side. Okay. So I'm going to move the feed dog over here and you'll see the feed dog moving down as I do that. Now I'm going to use something to do this because I don't want to break my nails. But see, the feed dog went down. All right, so we're almost ready. What's left to do? Well, we need to select our stitch. So on the Brother SE-400, there are 67 programmed stitches. And we're going to look for stitch number 61. It's a circle with a line through it. So it's this one right here. Stitch number 61, and you'll see it indicates that we need foot M. All right. So now we're ready to get started. Okay, you guys, the next step is to determine the distance between the buttonholes. It looks like the distance might be about 3.5 millimeters. So that's what I'm going to use. So your machine defaults to 3.5, but I just wanted to show you guys that you might want to measure to make sure so you don't have the needle going down on your button instead of the middle of the buttonholes. if you have to adjust your button, your stitch width, you click on this little, and then you increase it or decrease it. So if I'm going to do 3 or 4, but my buttons look like they're 3.5, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then you just hit back, and it takes you back to the screen. All right, you guys, the time has come to try this out. So I have my fabric and my button under the presser foot. The presser foot is still up, so I'm going to lower it, and then I'm going to lower and lift the needle manually a few times just to test and make sure that the stitch width is appropriate for my button. Okay, so as you can see, it works pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and let the machine sew the rest of the way. I have it on the lowest setting. Let me show you. So I have it on the lowest speed. And I'm going to go ahead and allow the machine to do what it does. And you guys get to watch while I watch. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to lift my needle. And I'm going to cut my thread. Okay. Lift up, and then I'm going to move it back so that we can do the next set of. Same thing here. I'm going to lower the needle. So that's too far. All right. Manually lowering, and there we go. All right. And then I'm going to let my machine do it. Lift my needle, cut my threads, and lift up, and it's all done. So I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit, because as you guys can see, there are a couple of like stray threads. Okay, so here's my button, and it's all sewn on. There is still one stray thread that is about to drive me crazy, but the button's sewn on and it's cute. You can look at the back. It looks so much better than any hand stitched button that I've ever done. Seriously. So this is going to work for me. I'm excited. It takes way less time and a whole lot less effort. So if you have a Brother SE-400, give it a try. Let me know how it works out for you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.